Welcome back to the Mobile App Launch System series. Quick recap of episode 4. We discussed why modern apps need much more than just coding, because features like login, payments, notifications, APIs, security, and analytics all require different specialists, not one developer. Today, in episode 5, we're discussing something that protects every founder in the long run: how proper documentation saves you from future developer dependency. Most founders don't think about documentation during the app building phase. They focus on screens, features, and launch dates, but months later, when they need changes, fixes, or a new team, that's when documentation becomes priceless. Here's why. Without documentation, your entire project sits inside one developer's mind. If that developer becomes unavailable, leaves the project, or stops responding, you're stuck. No one else can understand the code, no one knows how the backend is structured, no one knows what APIs you're using, and no one knows how to deploy new versions. Your app becomes locked. Now let's see what documentation actually includes. First is the SRS, the software requirement specification. It clearly explains what features were built and how they work. Next is the API list, every endpoint, every response, every function. This allows any new developer to plug into your system immediately. Then comes the architecture diagram, how the front end talks to the back end, how data flows, what databases are used, and how everything connects. You also need version details, which libraries were used, which tools were used, and which OS versions the app supports. And finally, deployment instruction, how to generate the app build, how to push updates, and how to publish on Play Store and App Store. Here's a real example. A salon owner got an app built, but the developer never shared documentation. 6 months later, the developer left the country. No one could update the app for 2 months because no one knew how the backend worked. Another example, an education founder needed new features for her app. Because she had a full handover document, a new team onboarded in 3 days and continued the project without interruption. This is the power of documentation. It protects you, it protects your timeline, and it ensures your app never gets stuck because of one person. And most importantly, documentation gives you ownership of your app, not the developer, not the agency, you. In the next episode, we'll talk about why app testing is critical before launch and how skipping QA leads to crashes, bad reviews, and rework.